here we are, a couple of Canons.
Yeah, the most long rumoured Canons for quite a while.
Yeah, been waiting a good while. Please, what do you reckon?
Yeah, so like it's been probably the biggest Canon announcement in quite a number of years. You know, maybe since the 5D Mark II, maybe.
Definitely, massive. It's definitely been really interesting seeing this online. Loads of great reviews, everyone talking about it, and I think from Canon as well, they're saying nice big orders as well. People really looking to get these guys.
It seems to be the cameras that people were waiting for quite a while. Yeah. Now that they're here, yeah, I mean, the distinguish between the two of them, it's very easy. You know, it's great.
Yeah.
Like first impressions. Again, these are working models, so we can't show you what we've actually taken with them, but we will be making a video when one of those becomes available. So first impressions, R5, just straight off the bat, we'll do all the specs and stuff, but the thing that has impressed me amazingly is the viewfinder.
Yes, yeah.
It is so bright,
clean,
so
sharp. I really like the EVF especially. I think it's very easy to see through, very easy to use.
But there's a nice little step up from the R to the R6 now in terms of what the sharpness you're seeing when you look through. So you have 3.2, is that to be corrected, megapixel in here in what you're looking at in the electronic viewfinder. But this is over 5, so this is almost, but not quite twice as good as a viewfinder as that, and that is better than what has come before them.
Yeah, I mean, like, neither of these are going to be bad viewfinders. I mean,
of course not.
There's literally nothing to complain about in these. Like, like
that I've ever actually
it's as close to looking through with the DSLR as I've seen so far.
Absolutely. Yeah. Other than that, so you have all your pixels. So I like why it's great to have Shane here and myself, because I'm a photographer, Shane's a videographer. So I'm looking at these purely as a photographer's eyes, and this guy has all your pixels. And this guy has super low light capabilities, so that's what people kind of forget, is that when you have high pixels and you have low pixels, usually the one with the low is slightly better in low light.
Yeah.
So you can go, 20 megapixels. 20 megapixels is what
the
journalists want.
The 1DX is 20 megapixels.
It's perfect for workflow.
Yeah.
This guy has a bundle of pixels.
Yeah.
But this guy, a lot about the video.
Well, I mean, the reason why this guy has your 45 megapixels is because of that 8K video. Now, maths never my strongest point, right? I did do maths in school, but didn't get very good grades. But as far as I'm aware, in order to get 8K on the sensor, you have to have high amount of pixels, otherwise you can't get it. You compare it to some other cameras with lower megapixel sensors, it's physically impossible to do 8K. There's not enough pixels to do that. So this is why they put in that number, is to get that 8K, and that's obviously the big thing about this one, is that it can do that. Now, that being said, 8K, it's a lot of memory, so you're going to be upgrading your SD cards, your hard drive, maybe even your software. It's not for everybody.
But you're close to being, because there's very little to output 8K onto. So I presume what you're doing is you're shooting 8K
to downsample,
to get really nice
exactly.
4K footage.
You squeeze it in. I mean, you can use the 8K. The processor then has more information. As you know, for video, the more information, the better, and it can then work out the best way of outputting that to your 4K or your 1080. And it's also future-proofing it in the same way that we saw people said the same thing about 4K 4 or 5 years ago. They said, "Oh, I'll never shoot in 4K. There's no TVs that have 4K." Yeah, that was true 4 or 5 years ago, and now it's everyone has it now. So this is where things are going. It's just the way everything's going.
And look, there are things about these in terms of the video, but that is why the Cine range exists. You know? So this guy here is fully weather sealed. This guy less so, but the R5 is fully weather sealed, and that was a priority. And that's
now, I mean, weather sealing, I mean, some people see it as a bit of a gimmick, and is it really worth paying for? In Limerick City,
rain seal by.
I would be looking to get the weather sealed all the time, like.
And what's important is in the underside, because you have a lot of cameras out there that we weather seal around it, but then you get hit with a wave underneath. And that bit ain't weather sealed. We've had a customer who had that as a problem. And they switched over to the R's because of the fact that it's
fully sealed.
Weather sealed.
Now, I wouldn't take it into the shower with me, but that being said,
no.
It can withstand the rain. It can withstand even the dirt. People think, well, weather sealing, it's not just about this dirt and dust as well. These things cripple your cameras. I lost a camera to sand many a year ago. Never take your camera to the beach. But yeah, I mean, these things are they are designed to be used. They're rugged, you know, and that's extremely important.
So if you were to buy one as a video man, which one are you looking at?
I mean, it's funny actually that you say, I mean, obviously you want the R5, it's got that 8K, it's got these amazing specs, it's designed for high-end video. But that being said, the R6 also has amazing video. It doesn't only do stills, it does some incredible stuff.
We might have to do a little bit of that because this is what I'm having.
Oh yeah, okay, fine, yeah. Well, fine, I get the nice 50mm lens and that's a fair trade.
So like, I mean, people who may have watched some of our videos before, like they know what I use. I use Canon. I've had a 5D2, 5D3, and now I'm kind of like, what do I do now?
Right.
This is what I do now.
Yeah.
R6, definitely.
Yeah.
But I do love the EVF in that one.
Yeah.
But then it's a bit above my budget, but that's fine. That's why there are two of them.
Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, it's like there's no camera there that's perfect for everybody.
Yeah.
But there's cameras there that work for you.
Absolutely.
You know, so and I mean, I think for me, if I could get my hands on this guy, there's not much that it can't do.
Yeah.
It's definitely comparable to say if you had a DSLR, if you're having the 5D Mark IV, this is basically your mirrorless version. Yes. So for wedding photographers. For sports photographers, and kind of that kind of video
That's
stuff.
Something to note with these guys now, because it had been something that people have been saying about mirrorless in the past, that it's not great for sport. No longer.
Okay.
You're looking at 12 frames per second in these guys now, and they have super focusing systems. Like you have your animal eye detection, human detection.
Yeah. That's actually that. I mean, the software, the processing power alone in these things, whatever about your sensors and whatever the glass and all that. It's an intelligent computer that lives inside these things. And like the animal stuff is, it can tell if it's a dog or a cat or a duck.
It's phenomenal.
I mean, and then I'm gonna take it outside. I get some seagulls.
Yeah,
so.
And as well as with like I've heard the story of somebody using it on their chocolate Labrador who has brown eyes, and that could be a problem because it's all brown, but it's able to spot it.
Still able to
and it's looking this way. It picks the head, and then suddenly it's on the eye.
And I mean, in those kind of, especially for wildlife, I mean, you don't have. I've often lost shots. I'm trying to get my focus right or position my lens right, and by the time the bird is pipped away, you've got a split second to get that done. So
these will take it used to. I mean, there is, you're not going to pick it up and go, oh wow, boom.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new things, but the menu system is very familiar for Canon users.
And easy to use,
there are
no problems. I mean, I would have had Canon a few years ago, but it's not something I would be super familiar with. But I mean, you can pick it up. It's intuitive. You work it out.
It's very intuitive.
There's no hassle with getting to know the system. Yeah. So I might take him out. So take him for a spin.
Off you go.
Unreal. Alright guys, I am after coming back there. I was out getting some seagulls there, as you've seen, and had a bit of crack here with these cameras. I gotta say, the R5 is an amazing camera. I mean, there's no other way of putting it. It really does everything that you would need. Those massive pixels for if you're somebody who needs to crop in a bit more. You've got loads of space. There's nothing it can't do on the video side. I mean, it really is everything that you need. That being said, the R6, very, very pleasantly surprised with this guy. Does way more than you might expect a camera to do comparing it to this guy. It actually even does that 1080p, 120 frames a second for that buttery smooth slow-mo footage, which this guy doesn't do. So, you're getting a little bit more even for this guy. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be looking at this going, it's, oh, I wish I could afford this guy, but I get this guy as a second best. This guy is an amazing camera in its own right. 20 megapixels, super versatile for that video, loads that it can do by having less pixels in it, and also great for low lights photography and general photography, street photography, going outside. There's very little that cameras can't do these days, to be fair, and this guy is going to serve you for years down the line. And also, it's the first time that I've used the new Canon RF mount glass, and this is amazing glass, really, really fast. The autofocus, it's accurate every time that I've used it so far. I haven't missed a shot. And yeah, I mean, what more do you need? A camera that takes great photos, takes great videos, and does it all effortlessly. So guys, pop into Whelan's. We have them here. We're gonna have them at the end of July, early August. We'll see with everything going on. Pop in, pre-order it, have a chat with the guys, and we will see you then. Nice one. Thanks very much.